Hi, I'm Imran Saibo. I'm an event producer by profession. I run a company called Funtime. I have been asked to be on Ask Me, done by High TV, and I didn't realize what I was getting into, but I seem to be on the hotspot, so I'm ready to be asked. Ask me. So the first segment I'm going to do for you is called Actually Me. I really don't know what I'm going to get, but there is a gentleman sitting in front of me now who's going to fire me a couple of rapid fire questions, and let's see what comes up.
Hi, Imran.
Hi.
What's your proudest career moment?
A show that I did at Trafalgar Square in London. 6 hours non-stop using about 80 or 90 performers from Sri Lanka. It was called Refreshingly Sri Lanka, I think, at that time. But yeah, that will be it.
What was the name of your first pet?
Name of my first pet was Wooster. I like P.G. Woodhouse. My reading is P.G. Woodhouse.
When are you most confident?
Usually I've got butterflies in my stomach most of the time just before I start a show. But my outside demeanor can look very, very confident. So that I would say would be my most confident look.
What's your favorite cuisine?
Favorite cuisine is Persian. I lived for about 7 years in Persia. Not very good for the cholesterol, but very, very tasty.
What's your favorite holiday destination in Sri Lanka?
In Aurelia.
What's something you do on your days off?
My days off are very rare, but when I do get a gap in, I like to loll around at home, listen to some music, watch a whole lot of videos, and read.
What is an attractive quality you find in an employee?
Loyalty.
What is the best way to run a meeting?
Thinking on the same wavelength or an exchange of ideas rather than an order given and a command taken.
What is something that annoys you?
At the moment, I'm having a mosquito problem. I think that annoys me.
How did you get into the field you're in today?
Quite by chance, actually, because my qualifications are supposed to be for banking. I'm supposed to be a banker. Thank God I'm not. Not that I've got anything against bankers, but I would have died of boredom. So what actually happened was I went into an advertising agency. I started working for advertising agency something like 30 years ago. I started doing events for clients there, and events was a very amateur thing at that time here. There was no professional event companies. And I ended up getting flack from my clients for things not happening right or things not going right. So I decided it's time to get professional about it, and I started a company called Funtime, which was then the first professional event company to come into this country.
How many languages do you speak?
Let me see. I speak English, I speak Sinhalese, I speak Tamil, I speak a smattering of Persian, I speak Urdu, I speak Hindi. Urdu, Hindi, virtually the same. That should about cover it. Oh, and I understand a bit of Pashto.
What is a movie that touched your heart?
Several actually, but I love David Lean as a movie maker.
What is your superhero name?
My superhero name? I wouldn't know. I have a nickname which I'm called by my wife, and she calls me Maisie, but that's not a superhero.
If you could play a part in a movie, which movie and character would it be?
Inspector Clouseau, Pink Panther.
Who is a person you find overrated?
I would hate to have an opinion on somebody and say whether they're underrated or overrated.
What was your favorite cartoon character?
My favorite cartoon character was Archie, but after Riverdale came out, I kind of lost interest.
What is something you love about yourself?
I think it's my sense of humor that keeps me going.
Who is your guardian angel?
Up above.
What is the most fun thing you've ever done?
Done a lot of fun things, but I remember going out to France with just a couple of bucks in my pocket, not in a five-star way, but in a very backpacking style of way. But it was good time. Very little money, but lots of fun.
Who is a Sri Lankan you look up to?
Somebody asked me this question a long time ago, and I said Malcolm Andre.
What brand of perfume do you use?
It's Miyake. Been using it for years.
What is something you do when you're stressed out?
Crawl into bed, put on a whole lot of series shows which are more lighthearted, like Death in Paradise or a Poirot or something like that. And I just binge watch till I get back to normal.
What's your way of indulging yourself?
Well, my way of being self-indulgent is I love to travel and I love trains. one day I just got into a mood. I went to the fourth station, booked myself a ticket, got in the Viceroy Express, went up to El, stayed there the night, came back next day to the station, traveled back all the way back by train, watching the scenery pass by. So that is self-indulgence in a way. But yeah, I love to travel in Europe by train as well.
What's something you bought that you regretted eventually?
I buy a lot of technology, and I buy the latest in computers, and then I find that I can't understand even how to work them.
What's the single most important thing you inherited from school?
Well, the single most important thing that I inherited from school would be a love of literature, a love of drama, a love of arts.
What's the first thing you do in the morning?
Get up, come down, have myself a glass of water, make myself a coffee, sit in front of my iPad, do what most people do, scroll through Facebook and all the other things that people do, have a little bit of quiet time, and then get into work.
Do you play any instruments?
None.
What's your morning beverage?
Coffee. It should be tea, but it's coffee.
Could you sing a part of your favorite song?
No, I wouldn't attempt that with you.
What is one book that influenced your thinking?
Actually, the one book that influenced my thinking would be a book called Jonathan Livingston Seagull. It's written by an author called Richard Bach. It follows the flight of a seagull aspiring to go higher and higher. You can interpret it in so many different ways, spiritually or materially, or whichever way you like to do. But I would recommend it as a reading for everybody who's in their teens and coming up.
What's your growth strategy in business?
I know I shouldn't be saying this as a businessman, but then I'm not a businessman, I'm an event producer. At the end of the day, I have no strategy. I just love doing what I do, and it seems to just grow.
Who do you think is a corporate leader that everyone should learn from?
Here in Sri Lanka, I very much admire a gentleman called Mahesh Amalian, whose work I've been doing, and I've had the privilege of listening to his speeches. He's absolutely brilliant, and I just love that.
A boss should be?
A boss should be a boss when he has to be, but a friend most times.
What's your weakness?
Desserts, sugar, chocolates.
What is something people don't know about you?
If they don't know about it, I would rather keep it that way.
If you could have done something differently, what would it be?
Come to think of it, people have asked me, would you choose another profession if you had a chance? And I say no. I would always love to do what I'm doing right now. It has its ups and downs, but...
Who is your celebrity crush?
Demi Moore.
What is a subject that you believe should be mandatory at school?
Don't know, English language.
What advice would you give someone who's currently at a startup?
Just whatever you do, actually not even in the event business, any business that you do, it should have passion.
What makes you the happiest?
Travel once again, but yeah, what makes me the happiest is actually curled up in bed, good book by my side, a couple of things to munch on, and I'm happy there in my world.
Would you rather know when you're going to die or how you're going to die?
No, let it come.
What's your favorite dance style?
I have 2 left feet, so there won't be any favorite dance style, but I do love the tango, though I would never attempt to do it.
Who or what is something you draw inspiration from?
I would draw inspiration from people like Cameron McIntosh, Andrew Lloyd Webber. I've been for most of the productions, I've seen what they do, and that is something out of this world.
What's a movie you watch over and over again?
I've watched Dr. Zhivago so many times, I know some of the dialogue by heart. But I have been forced to watch Pretty Woman about 7 or 8 times in a row because that's my wife's favorite movie. And so whenever she watches it, I'm also somewhere around and I am forced to watch it. So she cries through it and I watch it.
What is something you're misunderstood about?
I really wouldn't know, but yeah, sometimes I do flare up, or I flare up when I need something done right, and it can be misunderstood for being over-aggressive or whatever it is, but it isn't that. I just want it to be right. Something to come right on a stage, or there it goes.
What's an unconventional trait in you?
Unconventional trait, I really haven't thought about it.
Who is your favorite sports personality?
I'm not a cricket fan. I don't follow cricket. But the two guys I really like, because what I've seen of them is Sangakkara and Mahela, because of the way I watch them speak, I watch what they're doing, I watch how they're using their popularity for things other than cricket. And I love that about them. So I've just done actually me for on the Ask Me program. It's been quite interesting. I think I've been discovering things about myself that even I didn't know. Yep, but it wasn't as bad as I thought it would be. Okay, so I'm getting ready for the next segment, which is called Who Am I? I'd like to see what's coming. I'm told that I'm going to be given a board with a couple of questions on it, which I really wouldn't know, and I got to answer. Let's go for it. So, first question, when was Imran Saibo born? That's an easy one, 3rd of March 1961. Where was Imran Saibo born? Okay, I was born in Colombo. Who is Imran Saibo? Event producer by profession, just another ordinary guy in actual life. Where did Imran Saibo school? Wesley College in Colombo, Hudson College in Lahore, and University Edwards College in Peshawar. Does Imran Saibo have siblings? Yes, one brother. What is Imran Saibo's dearest possession? His collection of books, especially my comics. Is Imran Saibo a good boss? That hopefully is something that the people who work for me would say. I hope I am. Who is Imran Saibo's backbone? Imran Saibo's wife of 24 years. She's been working with me and been there for me for the last, 24, 25. I hope I don't get that wrong. What is Imran Saibo's role in event marketing? I wouldn't be able to myself say what my role was, but what I do is event production, and more than marketing it, I like to create, and that's what really gets me going. What is Imran Saibo's favorite genre of music? The light classics and jazz. Is Imran Saibo psychic? I wouldn't call myself psychic, no, though I do have had a couple of psychic experiences, but I'll leave that for another time. What is Imran Saibo's vision? Just keep producing music, keep making people happy, and keep audiences entertained. Does Imran Saibo work out? I do attempt it periodically, and then I kind of neglect myself, and out comes the pot, and then I look at it and go back again for a couple of months, and then so it's on, off. Does Imran Saibo believe in fate? Yes, I do, in a way. How does Imran Saibo brainstorm? Imran Saibo brainstorms by reading, watching movies, talking to people with similar tastes, sometimes just dinners or coffees around a table, which can throw out so many ideas. But we like-minded people. What is Imran Saibo's driving force? Music and the passion to create events, or not even events, passion to create things on stage. What is Imran Saibo's forte? Event production. How long has Imran Saibo been in the business? 30 years almost. Is Imran Saibo emotional? Yeah, I would say I am. Has Imran Saibo ever been bullied? Not really. I don't like bullying, and I wouldn't like to be bullied, but at the same time, I'm totally against bullying in any form. How does Imran Saibo react to stress? Like I said, into bed, books, movies, lots of things that I'm not supposed to munch on to be munched on. Is Imran Saibo proud? In some ways, candidly, yes. I'm proud of what I do, and I like to do it well. Where are Imran Saibo's parents from? Sri Lanka. Is Imran Saibo charismatic leader? Really wouldn't be able to answer that question. That question, I think, would have to be answered by the people who work with me or who interact with me. Who is Imran Saibo's biggest corporate challenge? I keep saying this. There are so many people in the event business now, and every one of them can be a challenge. But there's always somebody behind you who can be as creative as you or can be as good as you. So it helps to keep you on your toes. So I would define one person or one company, but I would say, yeah, across the board there are many. Does Imran Saibo believe in a power team? I do believe in a power team, but at the same time, I'm so used to doing things by myself. I formulate first and then assemble the team too. What was Imran Saibo's first job? I was a proofreader in a newspaper in Tehran. What annoys Imran Saibo the most? Annoying people. Okay, so the next segment is, I would more describe this as I knew Ask Me was a bit of a hot seat. And the next segment is a bit of a hot seat. It's I have, I never. Let's go for it and see what happens.
Never have I ever wanted to be one of the Kardashians.
Never. I have never.
Never have I ever set mine or someone else's house on fire.
I do know somebody who has set a house on fire, but I have never.
Never have I ever secretly wished I were a wizard at Hogwarts.
I have never.
Never have I ever had a nightmare about zombies chasing me.
I've never. I generally sleep tight, dreamless.
Never have I ever sung karaoke.
I have, very badly.
Never have I ever been to a strip club.
I have, and I've been bored out of my life.
Never have I ever played volleyball.
No, I have never.
Never have I ever apologized and not meant it.
I have, actually.
Never have I ever missed a high five.
I have never. I think it's always polite to return it.
Never have I ever faked being sick.
I have, many a time. It helps me get in and do what I want to do.
Never have I ever sung in the shower.
I have.
Never have I ever worn sleepwear and pretended it was clothing.
I have, let me say, in Australia you get what you call the onesie. I have one which is the Minion onesie, and I keep wandering around in it. It looks pretty, yeah, I wouldn't want a picture of it, but still.
Never have I ever been so scared of a horror movie that I couldn't sleep.
I've never. I have no problems with sleeping.
Never have I ever pretended to laugh at a joke I didn't get.
I have, actually, just to be polite.
Never have I ever won a game of Scrabble.
I have never. My mum's good at it, and I thought my English was better than hers, but she knows how to get those little words, put them in and get all those double and treble points, which I don't know the art of.
Never have I ever made a duck face when taking a selfie.
I have.
Never have I ever thought a cartoon character was hot.
I have, actually. You get some pretty good cartoon characters that look pretty hot.
Never have I ever reread an email immediately after sending it.
I have never. Usually once I press the send button, I just leave it to the fates.
Never have I ever looked out the car's passenger seat window and imagined it was a scene from a movie.
I have. And I did the Great Ocean Drive, which came out of the movie Foul Play with Goldie Hawn. And I went through that whole thing, imagining it.
Never have I ever Googled my own name.
I have never, but I'm going to go back and do that because you tell me that you got all these questions from Google. So I need to do that as well.
Never have I ever tried something I saw on Pinterest.
I have never. Like I said, technology and I are a little far apart, but I've been discovering a lot of new things.
Never have I ugly cried for no reason.
I have never. It gets a lot to get me crying except for emotional movies and stuff like that.
Never have I ever creeped on someone I just met on social media.
I have never.
Never have I ever cheated on a lover.
I have. And, yep, getting caught is not a nice thing. Yeah. Anyway.
Never have I ever bragged about my achievements.
Let's put it like this. I'll keep it in the middle for you. Because I have extolled on my achievements because I'm proud of them. But I wouldn't really call it bragging. It's just that I sometimes get enthusiastic and start talking about it.
Never have I ever spied on a neighbor.
I have. In my school days, there used to be a neighbor who used to intrigue me because she was a bit of an eccentric, and I used to spy on her from my balcony.
Never have I ever doubted my heterosexuality. Never have I ever done an underwater handstand.
I have. I've also tried to sleep at the bottom of a swimming pool to see whether I would float up or not, and I can do it.
Never have I ever stalked an ex on social media.
I have never.
Never have I ever stuck gum under a chair.
I've never.
Never have I ever lied to my parents about being hungover.
I have.
Never have I ever been in love with the former love of my best friend.
In love with the former love of my best friend. I have never, not for, I suppose because there has I've not been falling in love with any of my best friend's former loves. I haven't met any of them to fall in love with.
Never have I ever played, never have I ever.
I have never, but I do know about the game.
Never have I ever made a prank phone call.
I have.
Never have I ever forged my parents' signature.
If some of my report cards are still around, yes, I have.
Never have I ever ruined someone's first dance.
I've never.
Never have I ever gone surfing.
I have tried it once, fallen off, and never tried again.
Never have I ever got stitches.
I have, and I have the scars to prove it.
Never have I ever accidentally sent someone to the hospital.
I've never, and I hope I never do.
Never have I ever fallen in love at first sight.
In my teen years and into my young adulthood, many a time.
Never have I ever cried in public.
I have never.
Never have I ever had a treehouse.
I have had a treehouse.
Never have I ever been on a fad diet.
I've never.
Never have I ever been on a safari ride.
I have.
Never have I ever been to a fashion show.
Plenty of them. I have.
Never have I ever gone scuba diving.
I have never.
Never have I ever driven through red lights. Never have I ever accepted a lift from a total stranger.
I have. We used to hitchhike in Lahore. As schoolboys, that was an accepted practice. So, yeah, I have.
Never have I ever tried bathing in a fountain.
I've never. So that was the final segment of I Have Never. Quite enjoyable. I'm trying to recollect some of the answers I gave, and I hope I didn't make any boo-boos. But I had fun, and I hope you have fun watching it as much as I had fun doing it here. So thank you, Ask Me. Thank you, Hi TV, and bye for now.